around right there.
I don't know. I haven't been counting. I didn't know there was a 26-second rule.
Well, it's the intro.
Yeah.
Okay, that should be good. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Fedcast.
What up?
And just want to shout out everybody who either clicked on a video on YouTube or watched a couple minutes or whatever it is. The episode recorded like a month ago.
Yeah.
It was uploaded 3 weeks ago. Has it like 260 views?
Oh, yeah.
And, I truly appreciate that because sometimes 17 views is what we're getting.
It's
so
about all we get.
So, I don't know. Which one do I have to hold? That one?
Hold up. Hey.
Okay. But, yeah, man, let's just kick this off as we normally do. You got a Kult Classic for me today, Chase?
Of course I do. Motel Hell.
Motel Hell.
Yeah, not one of my favorites.
It sounds familiar.
It's wild, man. It's just the weirdest thing. So this couple, like a 20-something couple, rolling through this place. Some shit goes down with the cops or something. They blow out a tire. And they end up at this motel or whatever. And, like, it's a butcher's place, but they're, like, harvesting people for sausage. And, like...
Sausage
people.
Sausage people.
And there's, like, this garden.
People sausage.
People sausage, right. There's, like, a garden with, like, all you see is people's heads sticking out the ground. And it's weird because the girl's, like... She's freaking out, like, where's my boyfriend? Where's my boyfriend?
Not why are their heads everywhere?
Well, she doesn't know that yet.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden, she's like, it's like Stockholm Syndrome sets in, like, immediately. And she's in love with this old man, and she's not worried about her family or her boyfriend or anything.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah. It's very strange. She's all of a sudden going to marry this old guy.
Very poor writing.
It's horrible. Very low budget.
I 100% could write a movie script.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it wouldn't be.
It would just be the concept of getting people to act it out.
Yeah.
And someone to record
and
it on
someone
a good
being
camera.
not being like, man, this is stupid.
What the fuck are you talking about?
But now the reason I'm not a huge fan is I don't know. I mean, the concept I guess is okay, but like on the cover, it's like this pig mask and a butcher's and then the pig mask is like sitting on a table in the movie for 1 second.
Yeah,
and you think it's a slasher with a dude running around with a pig mask, and no, it's about this old couple, brother and sister, I guess, and how they're trying to seduce this young girl into marrying the old man, and they just happen to make sausage.
Out of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's weird. I mean, watch it if you want to. It just wasn't one of my favorites.
I 100%. Okay, so when we do Cult Classics, so you define these as movies that like people watch?
Yeah, it's like those 80s, like the people love.
Okay, because I was like, bro, like these are like your choices, so I just never thought you would pick one you didn't care for. And so I was like, you don't like this one?
No,
okay.
I don't know. It's not my favorite.
But
I watched it and I was like, oh, that's not.
I do like that you just like there are people that do like this, so this is something that's out there.
It's a popular 80s horror movie.
Okay.
People will. I mean, I don't know.
People from the 80s that are nostalgic will probably remember it.
Yeah, I guess.
It's people that are like 12 years older than us.
You know what? Actually, people from the 80s probably won't remember it because I'm sure it was not popular at the time.
So it's probably going to be...
well, that's why it's a cult classic. Later down the line, people find it and they're like, oh. Well.
Yeah. Okay. That works.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me check this. This is the part where I make sure I'm recording.
You always got to. At least once.
We've been doing pretty good where I don't have to do that.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. 4 minutes and 30 seconds in. Not like that one time that we
recorded an hour. And
that one time we recorded an hour and 15 minutes or something, and it was a great podcast. It was going to change the world.
Yeah.
It's going to change the world,
You'll
inspire
never
some
know
people.
about it.
And then we lost it. We just lost the whole concept.
And we don't even remember what we talked about.
We tried to steal some of those ideas from that 20-minute before conversation.
Yeah, it did not work.
It didn't change the world. We'll never know, man. We'll never know. All right, man. So one of the things I wanted to talk about, I teased the Reckoning, which is going to be the name of this episode. But we're going to talk about those car wrecks because we never really had this conversation.
Fair enough.
And this is the fun thing about that podcast. So when we talked about it, when you talked about
almost dying.
Well, yeah, but I didn't know the severity of that accident
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
until that day. And I mean, it's like we talked about before. We're friends. We talk. We message. We have a group chat.
Mm-hmm.
We work together. We hung out more after we didn't work together. And then, like, there's still a lot that...
We don't know about each other.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know about my kids and stuff and,
Yeah.
like, family gatherings and stuff. And we talk about movies and video games from back in the day and stuff.
Superhero shit.
Yeah, a lot of Batman.
Batman.
But we really don't... Like, I didn't know you were in... Let's just... Okay, let me do this interviewing process.
Yes, sir.
So, you were pretty fucked up.
I was pretty fucked up.
And when did this big accident occur?
I was 16.
You were 16. You're in high school.
Yeah, I was a sophomore in high school.
Kind of paint that picture. Like, how did this whole thing start?
I can't remember if it was like after a football game, or if it was just like the first big party of the year, kind of thing. And we're at my buddy's house. He had his own house. He was 19, had his own place. And we were like 30 cars deep. There's people everywhere.
Yes.
Another buddy of ours doesn't go to school with us, pulls up with his back windshield busted out. And so we're like, oh, what's this about? All these people did this. I was like, oh. Well, let's do something about
Y'all
it.
went full Batman.
Let's do something about it. And so we did. And
All right.
came back.
Came back. So how did you end up in the bed of the truck?
Well, everybody piled into cars and we took off.
And were you the only one in the bed of that truck?
No, there was 4 of us in the back of the truck.
Okay. What happened to the other 3 guys?
One of them hurt his like forearm was real jacked up and his hand and stuff. Another one hurt his neck, but he's all right. Well, I saw him. I saw him in
He's all right.
I saw him in the labor detail program.
Oh, yeah?
When I got arrested. He's doing okay.
He's doing okay.
The other one he seemed to be pretty much fine, but he got hit in the face with a shovel.
Oh, okay.
So.
I just feel like, you remember Superbad?
Yeah.
The concept of the movie, like, they're going out, the Big Bang,
Mm-hmm.
like, this is going to be, like, the last time we really do all this. When I hear this story, that's the vibe that I get, like, a lot of people are like,
Yeah.
oh, I saw there was a post on Instagram, it was like, it had Superbad, it had Mean Girls, and, like, 2 other movies, I can't remember off the top of my head, but they were like, these motherfuckers had us thinking high school was going to be lit like this.
Yeah.
And I posted it on my story, and I was like, I'm not going to lie. High school was
Kinda
fucking wild.
Yeah.
And I don't know how these
Because-
high school kids are now, but I remember getting into some heavy... I mean,
I remember high school being worse than, like, way more crazy than those movies.
yeah. But, I mean, honestly, like, never had soap in a Tide... I mean, beer in a Tide jug or anything like in Superbad,
we
but...
just always knew how to get it,
Yeah.
you know.
I had my guy
I had
at
mine.
the corner of... I'm not going to name it because I don't want anybody to get
Yeah,
trouble.
I'm not naming any names.
We used to pull the truck up and be like, "Hey," he's like, "How much do you have?" I was like, 120, and he just start filling the bed of the truck up with like Smirnoff Ice and like whatever Milwaukee's Best, whatever beer that just like backstock that no one was gonna buy. He just load up the truck,
Yeah.
and we just hand him the cash, and
There you go.
He'd be
We always had someone that would just buy it for us.
yeah. All right, so back to this story.
Mhm.
So y'all are hauling ass out after y'all handled some business.
Yeah, we come back. We're back to partying. Somebody, I don't remember who, was like, hey, you know what we should do? We should go back. And everybody was like, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Let's do it all over again.
There's nothing worse than a bunch of drunk yes men.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, we should definitely do that. And
Yeah.
so we get there. And they're not there. They're out looking for us. And so we come across them. Well, actually, on the way there, we pass them. And we're like, that was them, wasn't it? Everybody's like, yeah. Okay, all right, well, let's go see. When we go back, and they're not there. We're coming back. And I guess they saw the direction that we came from. So they blocked it off. So we can only go the other way.
Mm-hmm.
So we we get to him at the little intersection, and shit goes down. I'm pretty sure a shotgun was cocked, put to my head.
Wow.
And so I'm like, we gotta go. We jump back in. We take off down the road, going like 80. And I'm in the back of the truck, and I'm looking around. I'm like, that's so-and-so's house. It's the last house on this street. We're about to hit something. Like,
Yeah.
there's no, like, if we don't slow down, we're crashing. And so I just balled up in the back by the tailgate and woke up about a month later in the hospital.
Man.
Yeah.
A month.
Pretty sure. Yeah. They fixed.
After we had that conversation, I talked to your dad. I was like, I didn't know he was fucked up like that. He was like in a coma for a month.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Just didn't know that at all, man.
And they fixed my face before they found out I had insurance. So they refixed my face.
So you had like a halfway fixed face?
It was like all jagged and fucked up, you know? And then they found out I had insurance, so they like went back and redid
Did
it.
they like skin graft or what?
Yeah.
Bro, can you imagine waking up like, hey guys, I have insurance. Oh, you do? Fuck. We'll fix you up. Fix
Knock
you right
you
up.
right back out.
Fix you right up, bro.
Nah, and then I remember waking up to...
Hold on. So did you wake up like with your face fixed like halfway?
No.
Oh,
I
so
was
you never
still
saw
out.
it? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I was still
Okay.
out.
Because
There's pictures of me somewhere. I think the old man has them of me laying in the hospital bed with a fucked up face.
Oh,
Like my ear was hanging off and shit.
damn.
Yeah. And then, so I woke up to somebody cleaning my face. And I was freaking the fuck swinging, like, 'cause that shit hurt. And the last thing I remember was just screaming for Pops, like, whoop this motherfucker's ass. And then I was just out again.
Mm.
And then I woke up to two girls that I knew really well. Two blonde girls. I'm not going to say their names. But yeah, I remember.
Yeah, we're not here to incriminate anyone.
Yeah, I remember looking over and seeing them and giving them the thumbs up and being like, I'm going to be okay.
Hit him with that DeMarcus Ware. Fucked his neck up. I'm good, guys. Just give me a little bit.
So I had a screwed up face for a while till the stitches.
Did you break any bones?
I broke 4 ribs.
Dang.
Yeah, on my left side.
Okay, I got way too excited when I asked you that. But it's because I've never broken a bone in my body.
I've broken, look at my pinky, bro.
Oh, yeah, your pinky's all fucked up.
Randy did that.
How did Randy do
We
that?
were playing football.
Oh. But yeah, I've never broken a bone. And none of my kids have ever broken bones. And it's just kind
I
of,
broke my hands. Like,
you got weird knuckles. My dad's got like recessed knuckles on his
this knuckle was kind of like missing.
yeah, it's still missing, bro. It's not there at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, so that one's missing. That's from when I broke my hand. That's what I had pins and shit in there.
Hmm.
But yeah, I had to like lay in bed and pick up my head and turn it to be able to move.
Like manually?
Yeah, because I couldn't like physically
Oh.
lift up.
I don't know why I said it like that, manually. My bad.
And apparently, I don't know how true this is. I was told this, that they announced at school that I was dead.
Bro,
Yeah.
that 100% is...
Because I had people come to the house, like, seeing if I was dead. And I remember I don't know why I went, because I wasn't going back to school yet. But I went up to the school for something, maybe like talk to the office people or something. I remember walking through and people fucking freaking out. Like,
Bro,
holy shit.
Bro, can you imagine, like... No, dude, that's like fucking, what's that movie, Tom and Huck? When Jonathan Taylor Thomas, they think he's dead, and then him and Huck are like in the fucking attic of the church watching the funeral.
The funeral.
And he falls down. He pushes him down, and it's like, I don't know, man. I just feel.
I don't know. I mean, I was told that they like announced it in the announcements that I was dead, but I don't know how. It might have just been people were saying it. You know?
It was like a silent announcement. It spread. The rumor spread in like 15 minutes at
Yeah.
school. Chase died.
Chase
Oh,
dead.
Chase is dead,
I
bro.
had people come up
The
to
shit
the
really
house,
went down.
and I remember there being people like that didn't know me saying that they like knew me really well and they were like all sad and stuff.
Bro, that's like, so when I was in high school,
It's like I knew their brothers or some shit.
yeah, I went to Southwest, and when I was there was a guy, I don't remember his name, because I didn't know that dude like that.
Yeah.
But it was right there off Alta Mesa. They didn't make the curve with the road,
Oh yeah.
and they just went like straight into a fucking tree. So I'm told. I didn't do like the fucking full report. I didn't know the guy.
Right.
So he passed away, and then like all these people had these T-shirts made, and
It's like you didn't even know.
and then like they put a slogan on the back. You didn't hear it from me, and I'm like, and I guess they thought that was a good idea when they made it.
Yeah.
It made it sound like the fool was a snitch, like you didn't hear it from me, but so and so said, and I was just like, and then there was one dude that I knew that was real good friends with him, and we had a class together, and I was just like, hey man, you good? And he's like, sucks man, but there's nothing we could really do about it. I mean, and everybody was like, oh, well, there was an accident and blah 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 and this and that, and then bro, I mean, let's all be honest, if you're high school kids and you're out on a Saturday night, there's probably alcohol,
Yeah.
probably some kind of drugs involved.
Yeah, I was on ecstasy apparently and forgot about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's what we did back then, bro.
Yeah.
I was popping hydrocodones like they were fucking vitamins.
Yeah.
But
Fucking Xanax bars, all kinds of shit.
no, I never liked bars, bro. One of my buddies used to talk like that when he took bars. We called him Jaws.
So I think I took like 12 at a time.
Whew.
Yeah.
You know?
And
was
was
it?
drinking.
Yeah. No. No, it's bueno.
No, it's fine. But
Yeah, man. But I just wanted to hear a little bit more of that story and kind of highlight it a little bit more because the last one we were like, I don't
It
know,
was at the tail end.
35 minutes deep, and then
Yeah.
I was like, we were about to wrap up, and then you're like, I flew out of a truck and through a window. What the fuck? How did I know this?
I mean, you knew about it, you just didn't know like details.
I didn't know the full extent,
Yeah.
and we'll save the BMW story for another one.
All right.
And I just don't want
Missed
to.
that car.
I know your dad told me.
Car was dope.
He said y'all went somewhere, and you had been drinking, so he drove,
Yeah.
and he was like, "That motherfucker will get up and go."
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly,
It was fun.
I've never seen your dad drive anything. Bro, your dad used to have that Odyssey van.
Yeah. That was my grandma, my mom's mom.
This Odyssey van, like, if anyone's old enough, you'll remember when Odyssey vans didn't have the sliding doors.
Yeah.
And it was just...
Four-door.
It was like... I don't know. It looked like it looked like those Kobe Bryant Crazy 8s. Those Adidas shoes.
Yeah.
That's what that van looked like.
I could see that.
It looked like a small ramp that you would jump off of in a car or something.
Yeah.
And it didn't have sliding doors. It just had 4 full doors with this giant back hatch.
I
And
wish I still had that.
that van was wild, bro. I think your dad sold it for like $1,200 or something
Something like that.
to some homeless dude.
Yeah. I mean, you could live out that much.
First off, how are you homeless and have $1,200?
Yeah, great point.
And then I told your dad, I was like, don't sell it to that guy.
Yeah.
And sure enough, that dude came back like 2 weeks later. Oh, this is wrong with it, and this is wrong with it. And your dad just so happened to not be there. I was like, hey, bro, the shop didn't sell you that. That old man that works here, he sold it to you. Like, you figure it out, bro. There's no warranty. This isn't
Yeah.
CarMax.
Yeah, right.
Like, we're not just looking at your car and trying to fix it for free.
Right.
And he was like, well, I was like, nah, doc, when he's back, you can talk to him.
Yeah.
And that was back in your dad's Not My Day segment of life.
Yeah.
Bro, your dad shut a lot of people down with that phrase.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, you know this? You're going to do this and it. Not my day. Just walked away and people are so confused. Like, what the fuck does that mean? I remember we had a guy. He sold somebody a car.
Yeah.
I won't name names. And
I think I know what you're talking about.
the car, he basically just got it to pass inspection before the light came back on.
Yeah.
Because there's ways to do that, guys, if you didn't know.
There is.
And it's not illegal. You just set up all the monitors and run it.
Yeah, you have to do it quick.
Within, and then like 7 minutes later, the
Like,
check engine
don't
light
turn
comes
it
on.
off.
Yeah, don't turn it off. But yeah, and the lady came back and
Check engine lights on.
yeah, check engine lights on. I bought this car. Blah 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 blah. Your dad, he goes, not my problem. I had nothing to do with that. Well, you're here and you're not my day. What? And I was like, It's not his day.
Yeah.
He had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, he don't like fucking with people.
Yeah, we always talked about. I was like, why didn't you be a service writer? I don't want to deal with people. I don't want to talk to nobody.
Yeah, the extent of what he used to do in the morning when no one would be there, be like, here, write your stuff down. I'll have someone call you.
And that was it.
That was it.
Well, the car. No, I have someone call you. Well, it's just that
I don't care.
I have someone call you. Because 90% of the time, your dad wouldn't even look at those cars.
Right.
I mean, if it was a coolant leak or something, it was on me, or I don't remember who was there back then. But the only thing your dad was doing was like full blown diag back
Like
then.
electrical and
Yeah. But yeah, man.
so yeah, Chase almost died once, but he's still kicking.
YOLO.
Yeah. Apparently, 25% chance of survival. So
Beating the odds, bro.
killed the odds.
I'm just saying, bro. I wish we had better odds at things that would make us
Yeah.
money.
Well, I mean, I got to live, so
I mean, I
that's
know.
pretty good.
I mean, I know.
But
100%. Like,
And there were 7 of us. They said 1 in 4 people would have died, and there were 7 of us, and we all survived. That's
nice.
what's up.
There was 7 of y'all, and they couldn't kill one.
No,
I mean, honestly, bro, those are pretty solid fucking numbers.
it's probably
Like, I mean,
10%. Like it's actually
I would just
a really
think
low number.
if I would think somebody would have died.
Yeah, it would have been me if it was anybody. I was the
Yeah.
worst off.
I don't know. I get like Final Destination vibes when I try to think in my head how that happened. But it is what it is, man.
Yeah,
I've never had an accident that bad.
that would definitely be my
myself.
worst one.
Yeah, that was your worst one, yeah. But I don't. So we'll get in. Well, let's just talk about me totaling the truck.
All right.
Man. So I had wanted a new truck for a long time. This is a different phase of my life.
Talking about
And,
Ford.
Yeah, the F-150, and I was looking and looking, and you can look on my phone right now. There's 6 or 7 motorcycles saved, and there's probably 2 cars, and I don't know. In free time, I'm just like, what if I need a car for some reason,
Yeah.
or whenever the bike comes, whenever it comes, sooner than later. I just kind of want to have a feel for what's going to cost me, blah blah blah. But so here I go. I'm on there looking around, and my kid's mom was like, why don't you just go get it? You found one. They had 23,000 miles on it, and they wanted 21 grand.
It's not
It
bad.
was an old man's truck. Like, he had a work vehicle that he used, and his garage kept. Went and bought it. Fell in love.
It was a nice truck.
Then life kind of happened. Got real heavy in my drinking.
Mhm.
Bro, this was... people are like, dude, it was like a hangover night. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
I literally started at one brewery.
Bounced
Then
around.
I ended up at Yups right here. I went from Yups to... I was somewhere over there, like kind of off Magnolia. Went to a couple of bars over there. Met up with a homegirl that I hadn't seen in like a year. She randomly worked at this pizza beard spot over there. Then I met some random people in there, hung out with them, put almost a whole pizza, because why did I order a huge pizza when I was by myself? And put the pizza in the backseat of the truck. It stopped at what is now, it's that barbecue joint. I don't know. I can't remember the fucking name of it. Panther City Barbecue. It was a bar before Republic Street Bar or something. Anyways, down there moving around. And, you know how relationships go. This was
Sometimes.
not... This was a different girl, whatever. But I was riding around, and I had pulled over, and I don't know if I was waiting to sober up, like if I was feeling it or what. But I pulled up in front of this house. This old man comes up. Hey man, you all right? And I was like, yeah man, it's been a rough night, man. And he's like, you got another one of them beers? Because apparently I had like 2 beers in the cup holders. Because
That's how you do.
DWIs, that's how I
you do.
roll.
Yeah.
Well, not no more, but back then.
That's how we used to roll.
And he goes, you got another one of them beers? I was like, yeah, man, I got a couple in the ice chest. He goes, you want a turkey leg? And, bro, when you're drunk
Hell yeah,
and
you
someone
want a turkey
offers
leg.
you food, like, bro, I could be drunk and you offer me, like, a 6-hour-old.
You want
like,
a bag of Doritos?
Yeah. You offer me like a 6 hour old fucking taco from Taco Bell. I'm gonna eat that shit when I'm drunk.
Definitely.
Sober, I'm gonna be like, I don't know, man.
Well, that's 6 hours, man.
Yeah, but drunk, fuck yeah, bro. Taco Bell, hell yeah. And so he's you want a turkey leg? And I was like, yeah. So turn the truck off, get out, grab like 4 beers, walk towards his house, and he's like, no, over here. And I was like, where? And he takes me like into this. He has like this hallway, like where he cooks food, or
Like a
I don't know
kind
if
of
it's
like an alleyway or
like
side house?
yeah, it's kind of like a side house or whatever. And he's got a smoker hooked up in there. And he's just smoking turkey legs. And I put the beers down. He goes, "You want a water?" I'm like, "Nah, man, I got beer."
Yeah, right.
And he's like, "All right, well, these turkey legs probably get about 3 minutes, and it'll be ready." And I was like, "All right." So I'm sitting there. He's like, "What do you do for a living?" We started just talking like we know each other. Which normally,
Like one of those badass random encounters.
yeah, and normally if you're sober, you're like, I ain't talking to this random ass person. They just knocked on my window.
Yeah,
and when
right.
you're drunk, man, you make friends with anybody.
Oh, yeah.
And he gives me this turkey leg, and I'm eating it. He's like, "What'd you think?" I was like, "Man, it's just delicious." I go, "I don't know if it's the beer or just I don't know, or I could just really wanted a turkey leg and didn't know I wanted one."
Yeah.
But it's really good. Yeah, man. Usually I leave them on there a little longer. The outside get crispier, and I was like, "All right, man, that's cool."
You're just like, all right, that's cool.
Proceeded to finish turkey leg, left him 2 beers, drank 2 beers, jumped in the truck, ended up wrecking through a fence and on a giant boulder.
A giant boulder. Huh?
Yeah, the truck got stuck,
Oh, damn.
and I was
Tore up the whole underbody.
I was sitting on top of it, and I decided to get out of the car. Did some incriminating things in that moment involving firearms, and then I realized I was a police station like 3 blocks away. So I threw everything back in the truck,
Took off.
rolled up the windows, locked it, hauled ass. And did someone just knock?
I didn't hear it.
I'm tripping. Anyways, so yeah, it was kind of just one of those things, man.
I have a going through a fence story as well.
Do it. You have going through a fence story? Well, let's
Yeah.
hear your going through a fence story.
All right, so it was another party. Drunk at this dude's house. Me and my buddy decided we want to have a competition who can take the most tequila shots.
Yes.
I got to 12.
Whoa.
I won.
That's like half a gallon of tequila, bro.
Oh, I had alcohol poisoning for sure.
Oh, yes.
I was in the bathroom for hours throwing up black shit.
Black. Ooh.
Yeah. Got dragged out by my shirt, thrown in the front yard. Another buddy of mine started like whooping this dude's ass. It was the guy whose house it was, but he was like, "Don't do that shit." And so we just say, we take off. Embarrassed myself in front of the upperclassman chick that I was into as well. That's what you do. And it's like I didn't even throw up in the living room. My other buddy threw up like in the house. I was in the bathroom and I got thrown out by my shirt. But anyway, so we're obviously drunk. I'm not driving. I'm in the passenger seat, and we just blow right past this intersection. T stop right into a cow pasture. My buddy, who I had the competition with, is in the back seat. He is now in my lap.
No homo.
No homo. And so we just take off. And I remember looking back because I'm like hanging out. I remember looking back and there's just cows running in the streets everywhere. Got away with that one too.
Yeah.
Went to sleep and luckily woke up.
We didn't name any landmarks. We didn't name the name of streets.
Nope.
So, and it's past the statute of limitation. So
Probably.
it has to be, bro. I think it has to be past that. You didn't kill a cow. You just let them loose.
Yeah, they just kind of got out.
Fucking y'all are fucking Mater and fucking Lightning McQueen.
Yeah, right.
Fucking letting random ass cows out.
No, but if the people that were involved in any of this watch it, they're gonna know what I'm talking about.
Well, I mean.
Yeah, they're gonna remember that.
Yeah, those are the best times, man. Those stories that only you and like 6 other people can corroborate.
Yeah.
That never happened.
I prove it.
When they're off camera, bro, that totally happened.
All right.
We're not going to tell everybody that happened.
That was a fun one.
Yeah,
That was a harmless one.
The harmless ones are good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Truck got stuck on a boulder, rolled the windows up, took off running. Got away scot-free on that one.
Luckily.
The insurance company called me and said,
Hey, your truck's up on a boulder.
no. Funny story. I couldn't find my truck for 2 days.
Oh, shit.
So I was
you
like,
just didn't know where it was at?
I didn't know where I was. I didn't know what happened to it.
Yeah.
And circled back kind of the areas that I kind of remembered vaguely. And I saw this
You just see
iron
smoke.
I see this iron fence like just demolished, and there's like yellow caution tape up, and I was like, I should probably stop over there and look.
That's probably it.
And I got out, and bro, you know how I know it? I wrecked my truck. There was a bottle of e-liquid. My brand,
laying in the
my
field.
brand. It was an empty one, but it was laying right there in the gutter.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang. Well,
Where was your truck?
impound.
Well, that sounds about right.
Bro, there was a 2 9mm, my AR, my shotgun.
Damn.
It's probably like 200 or 300 rounds of ammo. And I gotta wipe the kid's ass. I'm coming.
Rob's a dad, y'all. He's a good dad.
Now you get yelled at.
But he did what he was supposed to do.
This part right here. I don't know. I don't even know how I feel about. If anybody makes it 30 minutes in, I don't think they're really going to care about my 14 seconds off camera.
No, I tried to
Yeah.
space it out till you got back. You got back a lot quicker than I thought. But
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It was handled. But yeah, man. So that got the called the insurance company, and they're like, yeah, your truck was wrecked and blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, I thought it got impounded.
I thought it got stolen.
And then called the impound, and they're like, yeah, man, you got to talk to this guy. Gave me the detective's phone number. And then I talked to the insurance again, and I was like, yeah, I just thought like I parked in front of like a fire hydrant or something, and I was too drunk to drive. I wasn't driving. And do you have your keys? No. And I was like, I don't know what happened. I think they took my keys, and I thought they just parked my truck in the wrong spot. And she was like, yeah, well, let me talk to the detective and blah blah blah. And then she goes, yeah, you were driving. And I was like, how do you know I was driving? I don't remember any of that. She goes, yeah, are you like a about 6 foot Mexican dude, with a beard and a mullet? And I was like, oh.
Shave the mullet real quick.
And I was like, yeah. And she's like, there's a video from the business where you jump out of the truck and then you lock the doors and take off running. That's what the detective sent me. And I was like, oh, well, you know, my truck, my problem. So go ahead and pay whatever the damages are. I'll sign off on all that. I'm not going to argue with them. My
Yeah.
truck. If you say I was driving, I can't argue with it. She's like, okay, I'll send the paperwork over to the officer, and so that get the check cut for that company. And I called the cop, the detective. I was like, hey man, this is Rob, and you got my truck in the impound. I'm trying to get it out. He's like, well, this needs to be settled with the business. I was like, oh, the insurance didn't call you?
Insurance is already taken care of.
I told her to go ahead and pay that. He goes, so you're going to admit you did it? He goes, man, I had been drinking. I thought someone took my keys and my truck got impounded. She told me that it was wrecked, and she said I was driving. I really don't remember any of that, but you know, it's my truck. I have full coverage insurance, so I just told her that the business needs, just go ahead and do it. He goes, wow. He goes, you know, I'll release your truck in 30 minutes. I was like, I go, that's it? He goes, yeah. He goes, I got video evidence that you were there, but he goes, you're keeping me out of court 9-10 months,
Yeah.
arguing with lawyers and insurance companies about what they can prove and what I can prove. Everyone knows you did it, but you didn't get taken to jail for it. So
Yeah. It's not like they can test you now.
yeah, he goes, so if you agree to pay it and you agreed for your insurance to issue the check, I'm gonna double check with everyone, and then I'll release it. Bro, I went up there so quick and got all them guns out of that car.
Oh yeah, I
two,
bet, bro.
two duffel bags full of stuff. I was like, man.
Well, luckily they didn't go through it.
Yeah. Well, the thing, I mean, they just hooked it up to a wrecker and dropped it at the impound.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I was like, oh, yeah, that was a lucky one. Dodging bullets and such. Call me Superman. But
Yeah, my BMW story is a little like that.
you know what?
I miss
We're
that
already
car.
here. Let's just do the BMW story. The reckoning, the self-destruction.
Well, I was drunk at the bar, closed it down.
That's how the story starts.
Yeah, closed it down, drunk as hell. And me and the bartender were friends. She didn't have a ride home, but I got one. So I was home. And she was like, I don't know. I was like, you need me to come get you? She was like, yeah. So I was like, okay, let's go. I get there. She already got a ride. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'll just go back home. So I'm driving. And I don't know if I fall asleep, if I black out. I look down, and then I hit a parked car. And I'm like, fuck. Car won't start. Fuck. All right. So I'm freaking out. I'm fucking like, fuck it. I get out. I shut the door, and I start walking down the street. And I'm like, nope, can't do that. That's going to be bad. Call Pops. I'm like, hey, Pops, wrecked the car. He's like, no, you didn't. I was like, yeah, I was about to walk away. And he was like, God damn it. And he hung up. He came pick me up and then sat in the car.
No, he said,
Damn it, Bobby, this just ain't right.
okay.
And cops show up because that's what they do. And, I mean, this car didn't even move. It was a parked car.
I forgot.
Doesn't run.
I forgot I had this one.
Hey, you're not really arresting me.
You have the right to remain silent.
Okay, go.
Yeah, so I'm in the passenger seat of the Jeep. I think it's the Jeep. I don't remember.
I don't think it was the Jeep.
I don't remember what it was.
I think it was the van. No, I think it was the Accord.
Yeah, it would have been the Accord.
Anyways, irrelevant information. We're incriminating too much information here.
Cop walks up. It's like, hey, what happened? I was like, oh no, I looked down, I looked up, and I was at a friend's house. So, it crashed. He's like, you been drinking? No. He said, I don't believe you. Okay. I was like, okay. And Pops was like, don't say nothing. I was like, okay. And then he was like, all right, well, I'm going to let you go. I was like, yes.
You know, in those moments when they let you go, even if a car's destroyed, you're
Yeah.
like, you know what? They let me go.
They let me go. Yeah, I mean, like, he couldn't. I wasn't in the driver's seat of the Accord. I wasn't in the BMW. There's no telling who was driving.
Yeah. Yeah, my buddy did that. It was Pete. Pete, what's his last name? I don't know. We just met. He ran away.
He ran. Yeah, I started walking down the street, and I was like, no, that's gonna be bad.
Yeah. You know, it's just one of those things, man.
Cop was like, well, why didn't you call 911? I was like, oh, I don't know. I freaked out. I'm down the street from the house. First thought was to call my dad.
Yep. It's just, I know that's just a natural reaction.
I'm just glad he came and picked me up.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd have been screwed. That'd have been number 2.
Yeah. I hate to, I really don't like talking about it anymore.
Yeah.
The DWI, it just doesn't really do anything for me. Like, I've made it this far. The journey ahead is going to be fun, but whatever. You're not going to drink again? We're going to have a couple here and
I
there.
don't know.
I'm not going to say no. It's just changed so much over the course.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, there's a different respect for it now, clearly.
Well, there's a chance that you have a beer and you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
You know,
Man,
like,
how
I don't
crazy would
fucking-
that be?
I don't like this shit at all.
Oh, man. I never thought about that till just now.
You could taste the beer again and be like, ugh.
Man,
That shit makes me sick.
I was crazy IPA all the time.
Dude, don't do that
super
first.
hazy, super freaking
Don't do that
citrusy
first.
grapefruit. Oh man, yeah. What if I grab my favorite IPA and I'm like, whoa, this is terrible. Why did I drink this stuff?
You know what? The odds are pretty high that that's going to happen.
Yeah, because you don't start out when you first start drinking. You drink.
It's like Bud.
I
Coors.
drink Bud Light. That's
Yeah.
what I always drink. And
You
then,
drink the piss waters.
and then I over time got into
The craft.
some shitty whiskeys, and then little by little, just kind of gradually, and then, but I don't know. There's some people that are just dead set. Oh, I drink Modelo. That's all I drink. I drink it all the time. I drink it every day.
I'll drink Blood and Hunt. Like that's
Yeah,
my stick.
that's
too.
your beer. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's how. But with IPAs, I was like, every hazy one that comes out,
Everyone's different.
I have to try them all.
I mean, like that's what I would do at World of Beer and stuff when we do like trivia nights and shit.
Yeah, but World of Beer is a scary spot, bro, because there's so many different beers.
Yeah.
They have the St. Bernardus on tap there,
Mm-hmm.
which, that's one of my favorite beers. Oh man, if I had to name like top 5 beers, it'd be the St. Bernardus, Juicy Haze from Voodoo Ranger, Bat Squatch. I can't remember the brewery that made that one. El Chingon out of Four Corners in Dallas. And then the Hazy DC IPA from Raw and Sons. Those would be top 5.
Yeah.
Every beer that I just named is at least 7% alcohol.
And it's pretty much local for the most part.
Yeah, the St. Bernardus isn't, but that's overseas.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, those are like my
See, I'm a lager and ale kind of dude.
yeah. I've always been IPA and the St. Bernardus is just one of those ones that I used to watch a vape reviewer on YouTube, and he mentioned it, and then he said it's like the original recipe that monks would make
Yeah.
in this little French village. So they would make this beer and sell it, and the proceeds would support the church. And I was like, that's cool.
That's sweet.
And then they got to the point where they couldn't keep up with production,
Yeah.
so they sold it to the recipe to a company.
And they screwed
and-
it all up.
Well, they changed it slightly. They say it's not the same, but it's marketable.
Well, that's the way Blood and Honey is. Before they sold to, I guess it was Anheuser Miller. It was so much better.
Yeah, it did change, and people are like, "Oh, it's the same." No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's not the same.
Not even close.
But that's like, I mean, there's beers out there like that. But dude, I can't drink anything from Revolver. I don't like any of their beers anymore.
Huh.
I feel like back in the day, there was a couple that I liked.
Yeah.
Blood and Honey being one of
We
them.
used to have to like shake up the bottle, like
Yeah,
get it off the
that's-
bottom.
That's like you get a Starbucks coffee, you kind of shake it a
Yeah.
little bit, yeah, but not
anymore.
explode it. Yeah, yeah.
Because it actually had like, it seemed like it had actual like fruit pulp in it.
But what I really do want to try, and I don't know anybody who's had them, I mean, I think I know 2 guys that had it, but the drinkables, they have the THC in them, like real low levels.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to know,
What that's like.
yeah, what that like.
Let's try that.
I mean,
Let's
trying to find
let's
out about that.
Yeah, let's find out. No, I haven't. I don't think I've even come across anything like that.
Oh, you can order them online. They ship to 50 states,
Yeah,
and I think, or 40, 49, 40, whatever. Bro, how many states are in the United States?
50.
Yeah, bro, I don't know why, but the other day, I swore it was 53.
I mean, you
I
could
was
make
in-
an argument for 51 with Puerto
Rico, right?
Yeah.
That's the one I think. But I don't know why, but
But it's still a republic of its own.
yeah, they can vote though, but they're not a state.
Yeah.
Which-
Can they vote? I guess.
I think I don't know.
I don't think any presidents are going over to Puerto Rico trying to win the vote.
I know Trump went over there and he was giving out toilet paper, wasn't he? When that hurricane happened.
Shit, I don't know.
During that presidency run.
I know that they're like aligned with us. I think it's a republic. Like,
So, but they don't have to apply for citizenship here. They can just come here.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
They're citizens, bro.
It might as well be.
I mean, let's just make
They're
it a
not
state.
recognized. As
Let's
a
just
state,
recognize
though.
them.
Might as well.
We're, you know what? You know, that's a way to win an election
Yeah,
that I
just
think
add
every
it.
politician has 100%.
Well, that's how they used to win elections back before the states were like back in the colonies days. They used to just be like, okay, we're going to add this state to the north
Yeah.
and this state to the south. Like,
How come no one's done that? Like,
don't know.
why didn't you just go to Puerto Rico and be like, hey, if you guys vote for me, you guys are 51.
yeah, right.
We're over half.
Where are we going to put that star on the flag, though?
It can be a.
Just be like one at the bottom.
It'll be like
nothing next to
a
it.
hologram ghost stitch on the whole thing. We'll figure it out, guys.
Yeah.
Or we'll just remove the coloring from one of the stars that's there. remove that coloring, so the outside's the outline of a star and the inside's a star.
All right.
Yeah, man. AI will figure it out. When was the last time someone counted the stars on the flag? When was the last time someone counted the stripes? Not Captain America, because he's Captain Puerto Rico.
That's true. He's Captain Puerto Rico.
I'm just saying, man.
That's a fair point.
But yeah, man, I think I don't think we're gonna drag this one out. This was good. This was good
Okay.
chit chat, good flow. There was the weird baby needing his ass wiped in the middle, and
Hey, he did the right thing.
I mean, you know,
He did what he's supposed to.
he's working on it, man. He's not quite I wipe my own ass yet, but he's
I wipe
trying.
my own ass.
I wipe my own ass.
Big Daddy.
You know, Big Daddy is still
It's so
it's a
good,
movie
dude.
that I can watch over and over, and I really don't. I really think that what's his name, Rob Schneider doesn't get all the credit that he deserves, and like he's talked about it before. He goes, there wasn't even a role for him in that movie.
Yeah, he just kind of did it.
Adam Sandler was like, "Hey man, just come out, come hang out," and
We'll figure it out.
yeah, basically he was just supposed to deliver food one time.
Wow.
And then that part where he says, "You ordered 2 pieces of cheesecake." That was like basically his only line when he saw. Why do I remember that the social worker's name was Arthur Brooks? But anyways, I don't know why. That's how many times I watched that movie. But then like the scenes where he gets put in the sleeper hold, that was just something that Adam Sandler ad-libbed and like, yeah, let's just do this. And then the scene where they're teaching him how to read.
Yeah, the hip.
Julian's
He-
learning to read.
he
and
pop-
he
He popping on him.
he goes, "It's bullshit. You gave him all the easy ones." It's like,
So
it was
good.
And then that card game they play, he goes, "I got a 2, a jack, a 5, and a 10."
I win.
He goes, "I win." He goes, "Why you win?" He goes, "Different cards every time. He still wins." I really think, like, man, that movie. And then at the very end, when Adam Sandler leaves Julian with what's his name, the guy from the Daily Show, Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart.
And
Who's his real dad?
And yeah, and then he walks off with what's his name, and he goes, "You want to come to restaurant? I have Spice Channel. It's fuzzy, but it's nice." That was for whatever reason, that movie will always just be one of those movies that I
That's
was
a
like,
good
yeah,
one, man.
yeah,
It's a damn good one.
yeah. Yeah, okay, we're not going to turn this into a Big Daddy quote fest. We kind of already did. Shout out to Rob Schneider for being the delivery guy, the Chinese food joint.
All the different little Rob Schneider characters.
Yeah, they've always been up there.
They're always the most memorable.
Yeah,
So
I don't know. I guess just in my, there's a lot of people that are like full blown Jim Carrey is their
Yeah.
guy. I think Adam Sandler was my guy
during that time period.
during that time period because I feel like,
And he always did it for his friends. Like
yeah, bro, he like Rat
his
Pack
whole-
style for real.
Yeah, his whole universe is all just his buddies.
Like every time you see a movie, he's like, I got my guys in there with me,
Yeah.
and I think that's cool as fuck because it's like everybody always talks about I want to see everybody make it, blah blah. Blah. Adam Sandler was like, no, we're all fucking making
It's
it.
like, hey, by the way, whatever you're doing, stop because we're making a movie.
Yeah, we gotta go make a movie, guys. And just off that alone, like the dudes just randomly show up, and you're like, oh, there he is, and you
Yeah.
finally see him. Oh,
Yeah, 'cause you know he's somewhere.
and then you see those guys branch off
Well,
and make.
some of them.
I mean, Rob Schneider was one. He
Yeah.
did the Deuce Bigelow
Deuce
movies,
And
and then
Spade. And,
yeah, Spade, and then I can't remember the other guy. He was one of the gay dudes in Big Daddy. He was Grandma's Boy.
oh,
He made that
Alan,
movie.
Alan something.
I couldn't tell you his name, but
It's Alan something. Grandma's Boy was the shit.
yeah, bro.
Nick Swartzen too. Like,
Yeah, but you watch. I don't know. I don't think I could name another actor who's done that to that level, to where he's just like, I'm gonna bring in all my guys every time I do something.
Kevin Smith does it, but his buddies and stuff, they don't really branch out.
yeah,
Other than like Muse. Muse has done other stuff,
yeah,
but he's got his little universe too.
yeah,
But they don't really do other things. So
yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this fucking podcast up. If you've made it this far, we truly appreciate it.
yep.
And if you like to talk shit in the comments, that's always fun too.
Yeah, do that.
And yeah, someone the other last thing. Some guy the other day was like, reason 4,372 of why everyone shouldn't have a podcast.
For real?
I was like, oh, I loved it. And then I responded, I was like, I kind of think we're a reason like 527
Yeah,
myself.
we're a little higher.
But yeah, we're a pretty good reason to not have a podcast. And then I was just like, what do you do in your free time?
Yeah, right.
And then there was no response.
Of course, there was no response.
And he doesn't post any videos on YouTube, and he doesn't have any things on his channel. So
what's his channel name? Let's shout him out. Really piss him off.
Oh, I don't know. I have to look it up on there, and it's like Cowboy 8. I don't remember.
Fucking Cowboys fan, guaranteed.
I don't know if it's that kind of cowboy or if he's like a cowboy like Howdy Partner. I don't know.
I don't know what's he doing on YouTube. He's got work to do. That's why he ain't got no video.
Either way, if you're a Cowboys fan, you got work to do.
Yeah.
And if you're a cowboy, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what cowboys do. They just go like that. All right, yeah, I wrap this up. You got anything else before I just keep rambling on with nothing?
No, I'm good. Thanks for watching if you stuck around. Shout out to all the people that like say shit, share shit.
Yeah,
Appreciate y'all.
We're on the TikToks and the Instagrams and the YouTubes and Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that jazz.
Yeah.
So appreciate you guys. I just feel like sometimes I just keep rambling at the sign of go fuck yourself. That's fine. Whatever.
I mean, yeah, go ahead.
Just rambling.